Hello students, welcome to Trunkie Academy, and today again here with a new topic. Okay, and till yesterday I was discussing about the class Aves, that is birds, and the class Reptilia. Okay, so now after that the another and the last group, and the highly evolved group in the living organism is the class Mammalia. So we will study about that. Okay, as we have already seen and discussed, studied that chordates are the in the living world are the evolved and advanced group, and under which we find different classes, different vertebrates, and we started with the fishes, then we studied about the amphibians, and we studied about the reptilians, and then the birds. Now today we'll study about the mammals. Okay, the class Mammalia. Now when we say mammals, means all those animals which have the general, according to the general characteristic features, which all have the mammary glands, hairs on the body, and they do not lay eggs, and they give birth to young ones. Okay, so the slide which you are able to see on your screen right now it is showing the examples of class Mammalia. Though there is some kind of exception and variation in the features, like the whale. Okay, this is aquatic animal. Okay, some mammals are living in aquatic habitat. Okay, but most of the mammals, they are adapted and suited for terrestrial mode of life. A very few are also have developed the capability for flying, like bats, okay, Chiropterus, and some other mammals like okay. There are some other mammals also. A few examples are there which can fly, but most of the mammals, most of the members of class Mammalia, they are terrestrial animals, and they are adapted for living on land. Okay, so the common examples, this is there. Okay, so whales are there, giraffe. Okay, then seal, monkey, wolf, cat, dog, bat, elephant. Okay, then orangutan. Okay, or fox, then chimpanzee, human beings, etc. Okay. Now, in class Mammalia, mamma means breast. That's why, because they have mammary gland, so they are named as the Mammalia. Okay. Consists of extinct animals, including human. There are some members of this Mammalia that have become already extinct, and many members are extinct living nowadays, including humans. Okay, they are hairy. Hairs are present on the body surface, on the body. Homeothermic amniotes. Homeothermic. They have some homeostasis mechanism to maintain the constant body temperature. Homeothermic. The temperature of the mammals will not fall down by decrease in the temperature of environment. Okay, irrespective of the temperature of the environment, the temperature of the mammalian body is maintained at a constant level. Okay, they show a lot of variation in size and shape, and among the mammals also there are so many variation and so many different groups. Okay, but there are some common features due to which they belong to one group called Mammalia. Okay. Now, what is mammary gland? A mammary gland is an organ in female mammals that produce milk to feed young offspring. Mammals get their name from the word mammary. Okay. In case of these mammals and mammalian members, or members of the class Mammalia, the female mammals have the mammary gland. Although mammary gland is present in the males also, but functional mammary gland is present in females that produces milk to feed young offspring. Okay, young after the delivery, after the birth of the young offspring, the mammary gland produces milk for the feeding to offspring, feeding to young offspring. Okay, they nourish their young with milk secreted by specialized mammary glands, from which the word mammalia was coined. Okay, so I've already explained about this. Now, the smallest of all mammals is the Cat's homicide bat or bumblebee bat in Thailand. Very small. Its weight is only 2 grams. Very small. It's called bumblebee bat. Okay, or Cat's homicide bat. Okay, so this is the example. The exceptional case and the smallest mammal. Okay. Now the biggest is the Balænoptera musculus blue whale. Okay, the scientific name of blue whale is the Balænoptera musculus and weighing more than 130 tons. Just imagine, one weighing only 2 grams and one weighing more than 130 tons. So you can see the variation in the weight, shape, size, and their structure. Okay, and their habitat also you will find. Okay, so this is aquatic. Now, extinct mammals like therapsid reptiles gave rise to early mammals in Triassic period. So these therapsid mammal, the evolutionary biologists, zoologists, and paleontologists, they believe that the mammals were evolved from the therapsid reptiles, which were mammals like, and this were evolved in the Triassic period. Okay. So there was evolution of human beings also. Okay, in Cenozoic era, and this is referred as the age of mammals, as they become predominant tetrapod group during this era. During the Cenozoic era, the mammals were fully evolved and they were dominant and the predominant in the this world, and they were the predominant tetrapod, means with 4 limbs. Although this mode of movement and locomotion, that was by the bipedal with the hind limbs, 2 legs, but they had 4 limbs. In the front 2 limbs, 4 limbs, F-O-R-E, 4, and hind limbs. Okay, so tetrapod. So among the tetrapod, among the amphibian, reptile, birds, and mammals, in Cenozoic era, these mammals were predominant. Mammals fall under 3 categories, namely monotremes, egg-laying mammals. There are some examples. Okay, egg-laying. Although mammals, okay, but they lay eggs. They have hairs on their body, so there are some very few. Okay, so that means these monotremes are actually the connecting links between the reptiles and mammals. Okay, so in the line of course of evolution, so reptiles, then monotremes, then the marsupials, pouched mammals. Again, this marsupial is connecting link between the true mammals and the monotremes. Okay, eutherians, true placentals. Okay, pouched mammal means somewhat in between egg-laying mammals and the true mammals, which are giving birth to young ones. Okay, they are not laying eggs, but they have a kind of nourishment, development of the offspring in the pouch, like in kangaroos. They have a pouch in the front abdominal region where their young ones are developed. Okay, eutherian means the true placenta. Placenta is formed, fully developed fetus is given. When the fetus is fully developed, then only the birth of that offspring takes place. Intelligence, parental care have reached their climax in mammals. Okay, the intelligence level. Okay, in mammals we find the control and coordination system is well developed, and the intelligence level is also well developed and had reached the climax in the class Mammalia. The study of mammals is known as mammalogy, like we have seen in the case. Study of fish is ichthyology. The study of the amphibians is the batrachology. A study of reptiles is called herpetology, and study of aves or birds is called ornithology, and study of mammal is called mammalogy. Okay. The general characteristics, general features. The body is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Okay. Though some mammals do not possess tail, but majority, there are so many mammals, they do possess tail. So body is divisible into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Body is covered by hairs. Okay, which is one of the unique characters of mammals, because this is not found in other group of animals. Okay, and then hair is reduced in whales, armadillos, etc. In some mammals, hair is very reduced, and some mammal is for the namesake only. Okay, so depending on the environment, depending on the adaptation of that particular animals, the hairs is reduced or very less. Hair is present at least in some stage of development of all mammals. But in some mammals you can find the hair is absent, but in some stages of life cycle the hair is present in at least some stage of development of all mammals. You find in all mammals, where if not in adult stage, but maybe in the developmental the developmental stage. So hair will be present in all mammals. Okay. The skin is glandular and consists of sweat glands. Sudoriferous means produce sweat. Okay. Scent glands and sebaceous glands. Sebum, a kind of oil glands, is present. Sebum is a oil gland. Sebum is a oil-like secretion that produces the sebaceous gland in the skin. Okay, so skin is glandular. Mammary glands are modified sweat glands. Sweat gland is modified into the mammary glands in mammals. Okay, and which produces milk in females. Skull is dicondylic. I have explained this dicondylic about twice or thrice before, while I was explaining about the class Reptilia and Amphibiana. Okay, so skull is dicondylic. Again, the vertebra, the first vertebra right after the skull, the first vertebra which joins with the skull has got two condyle. Okay, and that fits with the skull. So dicondylic. Each half of the lower jaw consists of a single bone. Okay, each half, one single bone and upper single bone, and the dentary, that teeth sockets. Okay, then teeth. Now, Coleopus, Bradypus, most mammals have some 7 cervical vertebrae. Many, but there may be some which has 6 cervical vertebrae, like in Coleopus and Trichus, okay, or Manatee. These are the 2 examples where you find the 6 cervical vertebrae, but normally we find 7 cervical vertebrae. Okay, or 7 cervical vertebrae. 9 cervical vertebrae in Bradypus, 3-toed sloth. Then none. Okay, this is exceptional case. Normally it is 7 cervical. Cervical vertebrae means in the vertebrate column. Okay, in the neck region, the number of vertebra is 7 normally in mammals, but in some cases it is 6, and in some cases it is 9 also, like we find in 3-toed sloth. Okay, sacral vertebrae are 2 to 5. Sacral means in the lower region. Okay, posterior region. Vertebrae are amphiplatean or oscillous, means there is no concave faces. Okay, like it is flat. It is flat like this and joint end to end flat. No concave. Like we have seen in other lower group of animals, the surface amphicoelous. Both the faces are concave. Here it is flat. Okay, so oscillous type. Centrum is the vertebra. Centrum is the main region, main mass of the vertebra, and that is joint end to end. So here centrum is oscillous without concave. Okay, concave surface. Without concave surface. Ribs are double-headed, like we have already seen in other groups also. Buccal cavity is separated from upper nasal cavity and by a secondary palate. Okay, so buccal cavity is separated from the upper nasal chamber. Okay, there is one palate, there is one structure, palate. Okay, and this will divide the buccal cavity from the upper nasal chambers. Okay, dentition in different animals is like homodont, heterodont, or thecodont. Okay, so homodont means all the teeth will be of similar type. Heterodont means some will be canine, some will be incisor, some will be molar, some will be premolar. So mix of different types is heterodont. Acrodont means right from the surface of the jaw. Okay. Pleurodont means it will be from the lower side of the jaw. It will be a little deeper. And thicodont means it will be right into the socket. Deep socket will be there. Okay. So thicodont. So in mammals, teeth are thicodont, means well placed in the socket in the jaw, or you can say in the gums. Okay. Heterodont of different types, some incisor for cutting, or canine for tearing, molar and premolar for grinding and crushing. Okay. Diphyodont means two sets of teeth in the life of the individual. That means in the children there will be milk teeth which is replaced by another permanent teeth. So two sets. One is milk teeth and permanent teeth. So that is called the diphyodont. Okay. So all the mammals will have a thicodont, heterodont, and diphyodont. Now, 4 pairs of salivary glands are present in association with buccal cavity. In the buccal, okay, the salivary glands are connected to the buccal cavity for the release of saliva. 3 pairs in men. Although in all the mammals we find 4 pairs, but in the main human beings 3 pairs in either side of the jaw. 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Okay, so 3 pairs on each side of the jaw. Respiratory gaseous exchange occurs through the lungs. Okay, and glottis is guarded by epiglottis. Epiglottis. I don't know the cartilaginous structure. Epiglottis. Larynx is the sound producing organ. Okay, what do you call that? A larynx. Okay, the voice box, or you can say the string, like in guitar, it's very tightly pulled up. So when you the sound like this, isn't it? When you just move the string in the guitar, produce that sound. Similarly, the larynx is also a kind of very stretched kind of thing, which will by movement of this we produce the sound and we are able to talk. Okay, so heart is 4-chambered, 2 upper chamber and 2 lower chamber. Auricle, 2 auricle and 2 ventral. Okay, right auricle, left ventricle, right auricle or left auricle, or it is also called atrium, auricle or atrium, and right ventricle and left ventricle on the lower side. Okay, oxygenated and deoxygenated types of blood are completely separated. There is no chance of mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated type of blood mixing. So they are separated, and due to and there is circulatory system is well developed. Only the left systematic arc is present. Okay, left system. In case of the bird, it is right systemic arc is present. In case of the mammals, left systemic arc is present. Renal portal system is absent. Okay, like we have seen in other group. Mature RBC is circular, small, very small, and numerous in the blood, biconcave, okay, flattened from both the sides, but there is in the superficial region it is a tube-like, okay, but it's enucleated. No nucleus is found. We have seen other groups. Nucleus is present in erythrocytes. Nucleus is present in red blood cells, but in case of mature RBC of human beings, it is in mammals it is absent. Okay, to make the RBC more efficient for carrying respiratory gases. Okay, mammals have relatively large brain when compared to that of the other animals in relation to body size. Okay, when we compare the proportionately or ratio of the brain size and the body, okay, and also we compare these things in other animals, we find that the size of the brain is bigger, okay, when compared to other group of animals. Okay, in mammals it is bigger in size because the intelligence is evolved. Intelligence is there in more in case of the mammals as compared to other animals. 4 optic lobes constitute the corpora quadrigemina. Okay, optic lobes. There are different regions, okay, uh, in the nervous system, and this the four optic lobes are there. Two halves of cerebellum are connected by corpus callosum, cerebral hemisphere, which is there is a ridge, and these two hemispheres are connected by corpus callosum, a special kind of tissue which is connecting the two hemisphere. Okay, cerebral hemisphere or cerebrum. Okay, the CNS or central nervous system enveloped by three meninges. Okay, middle meninx called arachnoid membrane is present in mammals only. Okay, so you can see skin. Hair has been hairs are there on the skin. Then peristomium, bone, dura mater, arachnoid membrane, pia mater, and then brain. So these are the different layers after the brain. Pia mater, arachnoid membrane matter, dura mater, then the bone. Bone means the skull bone. Bone means the skull bone. Skull. So dura mater, arachnoid, and pia mater are three meninges. Okay. Pia mater, arachnoid membrane, and dura mater. These three are the meninges. So they are covering the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. And after that is the bone. Means in case of the brain, it is the skull, and in case of the spinal cord, it is the vertebral column. So peristomium. Peristomium is the then after the bone, and then is the skin. Okay, and then the hair. Cranial nerves are 12 pairs. Okay, in mammals it is 12 pairs, and eyes have movable eyelids with eyelashes, and these 12 pairs of cranial nerves, okay, they are functioning for different physiological functions of the body, controlling and coordinating different functions of the body, movement of the muscle, controlling the sense organ, okay, functioning of the sense organ. Okay, eyes have movable eyelids that can be closed and opened, and eyelids with eyelashes. External ear has large fleshy cartilaginous flap. Okay, that is external pinna, which has got cartilaginous flap called pinna. Okay, the external. And middle ear possesses three ossicles. They are stapes, malleus, and incus. Malleus, incus, and stapes. These are the three small bones present in the middle ear, which helps in the transmission of vibration received in the ear. Okay, small, and these are the smallest bone of whole skeletal system. Okay, so malleus, incus, and stapes, three ear ossicles. You can see malleus, incus, and stapes. This is the incus, the head of the malleus. You can see. Here is the tympanic membrane. Okay, stapes. So stapes. Okay. The first is your malleus, which receives after the vibration on the tympanic membrane. The vibration goes to the malleus. Then malleus will vibrate the incus, and the incus will vibrate the stapes. And this vibration, the sensation of this will be moved to the inner ear and then to the brain. Okay. Outer middle ear ear ossicles, which is attached to the tympanum. I already told you tympanum. Okay. Hammer shaped and modified articular bone. Incus is anvil shaped. Okay. Modified quadrate bone. Okay. And this is stirrup shaped. Okay. Modified higher mandibula, smallest one. This is the smallest one. So stapes is the smallest one. All these three, malleus, incus, stapes, are very small, and out of these three, stapes are even smaller. Okay, so smallest bone in the body is the stapes. The smallest bone in the body is the stapes. Okay, so modified higher mandibula. You have to remember higher mandibular quadrant. These are the bones which are found. Articular, quadrate, higher mandibular bones are found in other group of animals. Okay, not modified as this. Okay, so you have to remember this. Okay, smallest bone and stirrup is a modified higher mandibula, stirrup shape. Anvil shape is incus, modified quadrate bone. Okay, all these things. Now, cochlea in the internal ear is spirally coiled and bears organ of Coti, which is the receptor of sound. Okay, when sound impulse is received, the functional kidneys are bean shaped and metanephric. I told you about the metanephric. Metanephric is the more advanced type of kidney. Nephron has loop of Henle, which helps in the formation of concentrated urine. Loop of Henle. Nephron is advanced as compared to, we find nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney which is involved in the formation and production of urine. Okay, so loop of Henle is there between the proximal convoluted and distal convoluted tubule. There is one loop like structure. Okay, so that is the structure which is responsible for concentration of urine. Okay, so like this, I'll show you in diagram. For this distal proximal convoluted tubule is very highly convoluted, and then there is a small thin tube like structure with loop of Henle, and then again there will be a big convoluted tubule. So distal convoluted, between the distal convoluted tubule and proximal tubule, there is a loop of Henle responsible for concentrating the urine. Mammals are ureotelic. Yeah, urea is the waste, nitrogenous waste product in our body, and mammals they produce, and this is, so we are ureotelic. Sexes are separate. Sexual dimorphism is generally well marked. Okay, males and females can be easily distinguished. That is called, that's why it's written sexual dimorphism, means two, morphologically different. Dimorph, di means two different. Male and female are different, generally well marked. Okay, so sexes are separate. It is easily from the very out morphological features we can understand this is male, this is female. So males, male and female organs are not present in one individual. So they are sexually dimorphism well marked, and sexes are separate. Okay, not hermaphrodite. Okay, their sexes are separate. Testes are usually found in the scrotal sac outside the abdomen. Okay, it's present outside the abdomen because the sperm maturation requires the temperature little lower than the body temperature. So testes are hanging in the scrotal pouch. Okay, intra-abdominal testes are found in monotremes, cetaceans, whales, and dolphins, sea cows, and elephants. Okay, within the abdomen, not in the, not outside the abdomen in scrotal sac. Okay, not hanging. But in some cases, in many cases, many mammals are this testis is outside the abdomen. In some cases, like monotremes, cetaceans, sea cows, and elephants, it is in the abdomen, intra-abdominal. Males have copulatory organ called penis, and fertilization is internal. Okay, fertilization is internal. So that means the copulatory organ is there is a coitus, and with the help of this external genitalia, the coitus is accomplished and fertilization takes place internally. Mammals, except the monotremes, are viviparous. Only monotremes are egg-laying mammals. Okay, except monotremes, all mammals. There are so many different variety of mammals. All these mammals, except monotremes, are viviparous. They give birth to young ones. Okay, development is intrauterine, means within the uterus. Womb, uterus, womb, W-O-M-B, womb. Okay, so intrauterine, within the uterus, within the womb, development. Developing embryo is attached to the uterine wall of the mother by placenta, especially structure. Okay, there is a rich supply of blood vessels. Okay, for nutrition and respiration. Okay, so connecting link or connecting structure between mother and the fetus is the placenta. So on the uterine wall, there is placenta which is connecting to the uterus, developing for the developing fetus. Okay, placenta is absent in monotremes because they are laying eggs. So there is no questions of placenta. Examples: Ornithorhynchus. Okay, duck-billed platypus. The scientific name is Ornithorhynchus. Okay, they lay eggs. Duck-billed platypus, they lay eggs. Although though they have the features like mammals, hairs on the body, but they have duck-billed. Okay, like duck-like billed. Okay. Macropus, kangaroos. They are also mammals, but they are also primitive type of mammal, okay, not advanced mammals, because they have got pouch on the abdomen for the development of their young offspring. Pteropus, flying fox, they're adapted for aerial mode of life. They can fly, okay. The forelimbs are modified into wing-like structure, okay. uh, camel, they are adapted for desert dry condition, okay. And they can easily live in camel in dry as a desert. Macaque, monkey, ratus, canis, phallus, elephant equus, horse, dolphin, Balanoptera, blue whale, the largest mammal. Blue whale is the largest mammal. Panthera, tigris, national animal of India, and Panthera leo, lion. Antelope, state animal of Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Now we will go through the question sums. Let me see. Golden age of mammal is which one? Golden age of reptiles, we saw that it was the Mesozoic era. So after Mesozoic era was the Cenozoic era. So it should be Cenozoic. Okay, Cenozoic era, because they evolved from the reptiles, and in Cenozoic era the mammals were predominant all over the world. The number of salivary glands present in mammals are 1 pair, or 2 pairs, 3 pairs, or 4 pairs. It's 4 pairs, but in human beings it's 3 pairs. In mammals it is 4 pairs. So it's wrong. It has to be 4 pairs. But in human beings it's 3 pairs. Okay. Egg-laying mammals are prototherians, metatherians, eutherians, all of other. Eutherians means true mammals. They do not lay eggs. Okay. Eutherians. Eu means true. Therians means the mammals. Metatherians means they are in between egg-laying mammals and the true mammals, like kangaroos. And prototherians are the egg-laying mammals. So answer will be prototherians. Okay. So we'll just go through the features. Okay. So what did we study? Mammals are the highly evolved group of animals. They are advanced features as compared to other group of animals. When we were studying about the fishes, amphibians and reptiles, okay, we saw that we came to know that mammals, the amphibians are adapted to live in water as well as on the land. So that means they evolved from the water. So fishes were completely aquatic. They can live only in water, aquatic mode of life. Okay, but amphibians, they evolved from the fishes. But so for the first time in the evolution, in the line of course of evolution, the animals, they came out of the water and they started living on land. Reptiles were the true land vertebrates, evolved from the amphibians, and from the reptiles, the two line of evolution. The two different lines of evolution took place. That is the one line giving rise to birds and one line giving rise to mammals. So we cannot say that reptiles were birds were evolved from reptiles and mammals were evolved from birds. No, reptiles were definitely evolved from amphibians, frogs like animal, and amphibians were evolved from the fishes. Okay, but we cannot say that birds were evolved from the reptiles and mammals were also evolved from the birds. No, it's not like that. Okay, both mammals and birds were evolved from the reptiles only. Okay, in two different directions, in two different lines. So some of the reptiles, they gave rise to evolution of mammals, and some of the reptiles, they gave rise to evolution of the birds. Okay, so both group of animals, birds and the mammals, they evolved from the reptiles. Okay, in two different lines. Okay, so mammals are the most become the predominant in Cenozoic era, and they are the animals with some unique features. Okay, that can be easily distinguished from other animals. Presence of hairs, presence of external pinna. Okay, 4-chambered heart. Okay, and the distinct dimorphism of male and female can be easily distinguished from the morphology, and they have got higher intelligence level, and the size of the brain is also bigger as compared to other group of animals. Okay, these mammals are of, in three categories, you can say, prototheria, metatheria, and the eutheria. When you say prototheria, means like monotremes, when they lay eggs. Okay, they lay eggs. Though they have some features like mammals, presence of hairs on their body, and some other features of mammals, but they since they lay eggs, so these indicate that these were in the line of evolution. So these are the connecting links between the reptiles and the mammals. Okay, so we can say that the mammals were also evolved from the reptiles. Okay, so egg laying features, this is the reptilian feature. Also it is feature of the birds, but there is no features like birds in monotremes, duck-billed platypus. So we can say that mammals also evolved from the reptiles. Okay, so egg laying mammals, monotreme, that is monotreme, prototheria. Then metatheria. Okay, so they are somewhat in between the egg laying mammals and the mammals which gave birth to fully formed fetus. Okay, so their fetus is also developing. Okay, but it's not fully developed, and there's some part of development takes place in the pouch-like structure, like we found in kangaroos. Okay, so prototheria, metatheria, and then comes eutheria. EU means true, and theria means mammals. True mammals, they have got the capability to develop the fetus fully inside the body and then give birth to young ones. Okay, so they develop placenta for the exchange of materials, exchange of nutrients and respiratory gases between mother and the fetus. Okay, so these are features. And also the word mammalia is taken derived from the mammary gland. Mamma means breast. So breast or mammary gland is present in both males and females, but well developed in females for the production of milk to feed the young ones. Okay, so these are all about the mammals. And also remember that the 3 ear ossicles are present. In case of some other group, we saw that only 1 ear ossicle is present, but in mammals there are 3 ear ossicles, that is the stapes, malleus, and incus. Incus is the first tympanum. So when the sound is striking on the very stretched drum, you hear a drum, 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 very thin drum, tightly stretched. So similarly, tympanum is a stretched membrane, okay, thin stretched membrane, which receives the vibrations. Then it passes to the middle ear, 3 ossicles, incus, malleus, and stapes. Okay, so these 3 bones, small bones, then transmit these vibrations for the sense of hearing to the internal ear, and there is semicircular canals are there which contains fluid, and then the auditory nerves carry the auditory impulse to the brain, and we are able to hear. So there is external pinna and 3 ossicles in mammals. Okay, heart is 4-chambered, and there is no question of mixing of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood, because circulatory system is well developed, and there is the heart is well specialized for the function of circulatory system. Okay, so this was all about the mammals. Again, tomorrow we will meet with another new topic. So after this class, like I have already told you, every day, okay, we will send you the DPP. Okay, and when you go to your academic booster and log in, you will find there is a link called resources. When you click on that, there is another link, some like general notes, support, subject recording, textbook. Okay, then writing materials. You click on the writing material, you will get the your DPP, and click on that, download, answer those questions, and send back to us. So thank you for joining today and listening. Okay, and again tomorrow we will meet at the same time. So thank you for now. And bye. Okay, goodbye. Now you may leave.